Once Upon a Mermaid's Tale by Beatrice Blue. Once upon a magic lagoon, there lived a boy named Theodore. Theodore had a little boat and a big passion collecting fish. He had golden fish, colorful fish, spotty fish, and some big fish too. Theodore loved to see the way their scales shimmered in the sunlight like jewels. Every week, Theodore would take his little boat and go searching for new fish to take home with him. One day, sailing through the waters, he found something truly special. It was the most beautiful creature he had ever seen. But as he was picking it up, a loud booming voice said,
"Leave her, Theodore. She belongs to the ocean."
Theodore didn't know who had spoken, but he did know that he couldn't bear to leave the creature behind. He had to have her for his collection. On the way home, Theodore heard the voice again.
"Put her back, Theodore. She belongs to the ocean."
But again, he ignored it. Why should he put her back? He knew that he would take very good care of her. "I will call you Oceanie," he said as he dropped the creature into her new tank, where he could see her always. Every morning and every night, Theodore checked on Oceanie. But as the days went by, something terrible happened. Oceanie got weaker and weaker and paler until one day she stopped moving entirely. Theodore didn't understand. "What's happened to her?" he cried. Then the booming voice answered,
"I am the voice of the ocean. That is where the creature belongs. We told you, but you did not listen. And now, her shell is broken."
Theodore felt his heart shrink. Oceanie was hurt, and it was all his fault. He had to take her back to the lagoon, where he found her. The water was very angry, but gathering all of his courage, Theodore took the deepest breath he could, then jumped in. Underwater, all the other fish were gone. The plants were lifeless. Everything was silent and still, especially Oceanie. Theodore held his breath and waited and waited and waited. But Oceanie didn't wake up. Theodore gulped. Maybe it was too late. Maybe she couldn't survive without her shell. "I'm sorry, Oceanie," he whispered. Then suddenly, from behind the rocks, a golden fish approached Oceanie and gave her one of his precious scales. After him, another spotty fish did the same thing. Every colorful creature came out of their hiding spot to give Oceanie a scale, and the biggest fish gathered huge shells to lay around her until, with a swirl full of magic and spirals of wonder, Oceany woke up. She was still the most beautiful creature Theodore had ever seen, though now she didn't have a shell. Instead, she had a wonderful tail. Theodore saw how happy Oceany was to be back in the ocean, and he knew what he had to do. From that day on, all mermaids have tails to remind us of something very important, that we must always take care of all animals and creatures, letting them live safely with their families in the wild where they belong. The